Ladies and gentlemen, the crisis caused by the pandemic posed new challenges for companies. All market participants had to find the new models, as you all may know, adjust strategies and devise ways to stay in touch with customers and partners and find out how to continue to operate successfully. In this online forum, we will talk about new strategies, products and services that leading regional and global companies have implemented and put it in focus to stay on top. Thanks for being with us, and we're going to start in a few moments. We're back after commercials. Premium sponsors, Daha Technology, HIKVISION, Mark Networks, Zekateco. Gold sponsors, Alarm Automatica, Spitza, Avigilon, Vivotech. And the commercials are over. Still, we're going to start with the first among all us who has prepared his presentation for about 10 minutes. I know he loves Croatian sports. I know he loves to be in the region. That's why with us we have Mala Tong, General Manager of HIKVISION for Adriatic region. Hello, hello. Nice to hear and see you again, Myler.
Hello, guys.
In all Dutch way, ni hao.
Yeah, you have very good Dutch.
Yeah, you have 10 minutes. Hope that you're prepared. We want to hear how you did it during this very strange year and few months that had just passed. So your 10 minutes start when you're ready. Go, go, go.
Okay. So guys, you can see my screen, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll start. First of all, yeah, this is today, I made my presentation. I put a topic like the new norm. As Freno just said, it's very strange. A lot of things coming all of a sudden, and sometimes we're not fully prepared, but we have to face it. So first of all, it's also a new norm, like this kind of way to make presentation or make business online. So my pleasure and good afternoon. I mean, I hope you guys are doing fine, and for the audience, I think you stay healthy, everything. And I think we passed this lockdown period. Either I think when you're staying at home, you maybe fell in love more with your wife, or you can't wait go back to work. So firstly, I will show you, okay, what happened in our company. Influences to work and life. I will show you a photo first. This is one of our Dutch colleagues, how he works at home. I think maybe we have some common feelings. And another thing I want to show, you see, this is one of our colleagues in our Adriatic team. Look at the lovely smile he used to have 1 year ago, and this is what he ended up like now. So, okay, just jokes. So, firstly, I mean, when we look back a little bit on this pandemic, whatever, I think for us, history is similar. It doesn't matter when it comes to a virus, to a technical revolution, or to a political revolution. You know, things are changing, came in a sudden. We were not prepared. I mean, if we look what happened, panic first, rumors, a lot of it. People don't know what's happening. Why we are afraid is because we don't know it. I mean, so we try to understand it. What is the virus about? How can we live with it? And we're going to take some measures and accept the changes, then a new norm to be. So what went wrong in HIKVISION actually in past months, 1 or 2, actually, first of all, of course, the employees' health is the first priority and concern. We carried out a very specific protocol in our company for our employees to satisfy his demand at the same time, to make sure that he's feeling safe during the work in last period. So also, maybe you noticed a lot of shows, events, even our summit this year was canceled. And also this is being responsible for our customers to ensure that the health as first priority. And then we done some quarantine. For example, when our colleagues from China, US, doesn't matter, when he came to Europe, we carried out this 2 weeks quarantine in hotel before he traveled to other countries. And of course, internally, we also reduce a lot of traveling just to ensure that make the healthy first. So, and then we actually distributed it, some personal protection equipments like mask, gloves, those those things that are necessary to keep our employees. We also gave something for our customers to make sure that they could work normally with this kind of help from this kind of equipment. And later, we also done some donations, in total 7 donations to local hospitals of Adriatic region. We didn't make a big fuss of it in the media because we just think, okay, we should do it. Of course, it's a charity behavior. Same time, we also want to see how we can help them. And we changed our business, switched online, and as you can see like this, a lot of meetings, a lot of things going on online. We also trying to find new ways to cope with it. Product operation strategy has also been adjusted in the past months, like production, warehouse, what our product could be focused. And most important is the new solution. We want to deliver these new solutions to the market demand in this pandemic situation. So if I can show a little bit about our performance of April. Actually, this year it was the best April in recent years for HIKVISION Europe. The EU sales growth rate reached 27% for April 2020. So still, I cannot say we are successful. I just want to say something to share. I mean, I think all the companies are doing same, more or less. So if we look at the reason behind these numbers, I think we grabbed it, some new demand from the market. As Churchill said, never waste a good crisis. So instead of being desperate, we're trying to push ourselves into the new racing tracks and to fight. And secondly, we focus on the unique value which differentiates us as number one manufacturer in security field. We also have capability to produce like masks, gloves, this kind of stuff. But we understand security field is where we started. So we focus on what we are good at and to make that value into the market. So actively seek for change, because changes will not wait. There would be a little bit of chaos in the beginning, but we understand if we just wait there, nothing could actually happen. So into our employees as well, sales team, whoever, take the new thinking, learn some new knowledge, new method, trying to do something different, but can help together with our partners together to grab the demand from the market. So yeah, if we look a little bit on the solutions, which I was talking about, the new solutions, now more or less country by country, we're back to business. So we do also providing new solutions for back to business purpose. So into 4 segments, let's say, different solutions. First is temperature screening solutions. Maybe you know that a lot on the market as well. Secondly, mask detection solutions. Thirdly, visitor density monitoring solutions. And then, which is most important right now for this back to business stage, MIMO terminal screening terminals, temperature screening terminals. So I'm not going to go very detailed into technical because I think more or less you know it. But let's see what case studies we have made all over Europe. As I said, a lot of scenarios, even some big end users like Airbus, Aurea, okay, they're from France, but also like some supermarket, retail, luxury stores, government, hospital, governmental facilities. So a lot of these scenarios and the case studies we have been actually done in the past months all over Europe, which was quite impressive. And I think this kind of case studies would be really a good reference and a new inspiration for all of us in this market as part of the family of the business altogether. So after this, I want to say, in my opinion, this new norm is about expanding industry, because the new normal is forming in different regards. There are certain questions, I think, it worth all of us, not only from manufacturer, but also our partners, integrator, system installer, and users even, to think about it. What would be new social manners in the next period? Hotel, restaurant, HoReCa, how would it go? How would enterprises, when they reopen their business, what is their concern? Traveling, before, maybe I could choose a budgeted airline company, jump on the aircraft and fly to some beach to enjoy my holiday. But now maybe it's not so easy. For public, the same. I can enjoy a football match like with 300 100,000 people in the stadium. But now maybe it seems not so easy to do it. So this kind of changes are happening in society, in reality, and it worth us to think about it. The reason why I need to push us to think about it is because we need to look a little bit higher, further up on these changes, and then to think what the solutions can help them. Because they may be not consider about cameras, but they probably consider more about how technology can be used to make people live better, easier, to help the business administrations, to help the owners, like hotel, restaurant, they can stand out and they can clear the doubts from their customers, which could be really a good value when reopening their business. So that's the point I want to say, expanding the industry in the next period. And those are the questions, also opportunities that we could capture in the next period. So from our side, like I said, observation, which I have right now is that for cameras, for this hardware, it's not used, now it's used for more activities. We are more shifting towards sensing, data collection, and most important, different scenarios, usage based on those data. So HIKVISION innovation has already evolved alongside these changes with our AI and the openness attitude. And I think this is something very important that we can work together on this part. So for all partners, keeping up with the new norm is also crucial because from my understanding or observation, sooner or later, market is getting a little bit more flatter. Functionality of each player or role is more specialized. Before you can do anything, now probably what you do best, people will recognize it and pay for it. Market would be more educated to know what's good. With this IT online, every information is flowing, more and more transparent. And for our partners, everyone, we can get a better understanding what users need, how this changes in this new norm, more flexibility and agility to meet these needs. And the only thing that ever changes is change itself. So I would like to say, let's all of us in this industry face it and ride it, take the chances, don't waste the crisis, make us stronger. So from our side, here goes the new norm with HIKVISION, discover, connect, expand. Thank you guys, that's my presentation.
Okay, now I have you all, guys. It is now time for us to answer some questions. We're going to start, of course, in the lovely language of the Balkans called English, so it'll be much easier for all the participants to join and answer the questions. We go now back to the beginning. Hope that you're still with us, Myler, and that Netherlands never changed during this webinar. Because we have a question for you, and it's quite interesting because you talked about data and gathering data. So your question is, and I will kindly ask all the participants to try to count the answer to 2 minutes tops, okay? I know it's hard, but maybe it will be much easier, and then call everybody to maybe mail you or get some more info on your website. So the first question for you is, you stated that the future is in gathering data. What will they be used for, and how to control the usage and protect a large amount of data? That's the biggest question of today. So please, if you can answer, we're listening.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You hear me, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I would take a very simple metaphor, to explain what this means. If you consider us as a manufacturer, it's kind of like we are farmers. We're delivering the materials to a chef. Chef in the kitchen, he cooks it and deliver to the users or whatever. So regarding the data, what I mentioned in my presentation is that actually we're trying to empower our devices to have this capability to do more processing or different scenarios which we can sensing and getting data. But actually, as for how to use it, to be honest, that depends on installers, users, how they want to use it. And from our side in the company also, we did a lot of procedures to comply, I think, regarding the GDPR as well. So this data, in my opinion, that really depends on very specific scenarios and different verticals, how they really want to process it, same time to cope with GDPR laws, these kind of issues. So, but in the long run, if I look at it, like I said, it will not be only limited, let's say, in security, image, for sure. I mean, this has already been a trend in past years. So in the future, I think more possibilities, like how the owner, how the user, what they think to improve their business, to bring added value to their business. And that's the key, how they can use the data. Yeah. Sorry, you're muted.
Of course. Everybody's talking about the GDPR. So will you take a half of that to yourself, or just everything you leave to the partners who will be gathering the data? So will you be just the passage or the security keeper of the data?
No, we don't keep data at all. Yeah, I think everyone have this agreement. Manufacturer, like I said, we only give you the materials, how you cook it, how you deliver to the guests. That's something. I mean, he needs to focus and also to cope with the local laws. But same time, as the farmer, as I said, we were trying to keep its healthy ground. We are trying from our side to provide the functions and possibilities to make him easier to cope with the laws, etc. So by far we are quite prepared for those kind of regulations. Yeah.
Okay, so you're protected and you don't want to keep the data. That's good to know. So everybody who is cooking, take care of your data. That's good to know that you have a platform and then reuse it. Thank you, Myler. That was a question for you. There was an interesting question that maybe all of you can answer, of course, in short manner. I'll be calling your name and then we'll think about it and answer it as well. I just have to find it because there's like tons of them just arriving. But this one was like all together. Israel is asking, because he knows some names and faces. So the question is, which solution from the new equipment being rolled out now for COVID-19 will continue to be in use or could be used for other use cases once we go back to normal? So do we have only solutions for now, or can we maybe use these solutions in future? Myler, you first.
Yeah, I think I also typed to answer his question. I mean, it was a question brought up also time ago, and which we from our technical department, they also already have a plan that after this period, even I said this period maybe will last longer than thought, but we are already to new features in universal scenarios like people counting or parameter detection. So we thought these devices could also be benefit the users in security field in the future. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You can find us in the most important places in the world. We're part of your life. We're where people meet, work, and have fun. You can find us in your homes to make you feel at ease, even when you're far away. We're HIKVISION, worldwide leader in electronic security. HIKVISION, welcoming you to a safer world.